Tonight, an art festival in southwest London highlights refugee and Middle Eastern art. And anxiety among Sikh Canadians after the murder of another Sikh Canadian. We cover stories about celebrations of Islamic Heritage Month in Canada, funding for a Muslim organization in London, Ontario, and the return of a stolen totem pole to a Canadian indigenous tribe. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Aisha Ashraf. An art festival in southwest of the United Kingdom is showcasing the works of Middle East and Muslim refugees. Known as the Platforma Festival, the event showcases visual arts, drama, music, and comedy inspired by people from refugee backgrounds. This is the 7th edition of the festival, which will run until November 5th. The festival kicked off in Bristol yesterday with an event dedicated to Arabic calligraphy and poetry. Other notable events in the festival include stand-up comedy that will explore Palestinian identity and a tribute to Sudanese art and culture. The Platforma Festival was founded by Almir Koljic. Koljic emigrated from Yugoslavia to the UK in 1995 due to the war. The festival is held every 2 years in different parts of England. A Sikh youth organization is raising concerns following the fatal shooting of a Sikh community member, Sukhdev Singh Gill. Gill was found dead in a Winnipeg duplex on September 20th. Gill's death comes 2 days after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that there was credible intelligence linking Indian officials to the death of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in British Columbia. Indian police allege that Gill was a notorious criminal. The week Gill was killed, he appeared on the wanted list by India's National Investigation Agency. Indian police accuse Gill of belonging to the Bambia gang in India and aiding gang members in procuring weapons. Indian police also linked Gill's name to murders in India. Gill left India in 2017 under the suspicion of obtaining a passport illegally, eventually ending up in Canada. The leader of the Sikh youth organization says the Sikh community is shocked and confused about the situation. A resident near the crime scene reported hearing 11 gunshots before Gill's body was discovered. The neighborhood, with a sizable Punjabi population, has strong ties to the Sikh community. Winnipeg police are investigating potential gang involvement. October is Islamic Heritage Month in Canada. The month recognizes the contributions of Canadian Muslims and familiarizes non-Muslims about Islamic principles, values, and customs. This year's theme is celebrating Muslim women in arts and sciences. The theme highlights the countless contributions of Canadian Muslim women. In October 2007, the Government of Canada designated October as Islamic History Month to highlight the role that Muslim communities play in Canadian society. Since then, it has been recognized in various provinces and cities. Myriad of events are held throughout the month that help bridge gaps between Muslim and non-Muslim communities. The celebrations hope to inspire Muslim youth and counter negative stereotypes, especially those surrounding gendered Islamophobia. For more on a grizzly bear attack that killed 2, stay tuned. A Canadian Muslim organization in London, Ontario, will receive funding to help the community cope with the trauma caused by the horrific attacks on the Afzal family 2 years ago. The Muslim Social Support and Integration Resource Center, a not-for-profit organization, will receive the funding. Nearly $263,000 will be given to the organization in the period of 2 years. Federal Diversity Minister Kamal Khera made the announcement Friday for the funding. The funding will be used by the center to provide counseling and psychological support to the people impacted directly or indirectly by the tragic incident. Leaders of the various organizations agree that the ongoing trial of the killer of the Afzal family continues to cause trauma in the community. Hina Islam, a psychotherapist associated with the Afzal family, says it is a right time to receive the funding. She says there's a lot of anger, fear, and trauma in the community. She says the community needs support. The funding will help create a safe space for the community in local mosques and Islamic schools to provide mental health services. A couple has been attacked and killed by a grizzly bear in Banff National Park in Alberta. The tragic incident occurred Friday evening. The two victims were hiking in a remote area of the park. Family of the victim says that the couple was very cautious while exploring the backcountry. Parks Canada was alerted about the incident early morning via GPS. Despite the immediate mobilization of a wildlife attack response team, poor weather conditions prevented quick access. The response team arrived at the site after midnight and discovered the deceased individuals. They also encountered an aggressive grizzly bear. The bear was neutralized at the scene for safety reasons. The incident is particularly shocking as grizzly bear attacks are rarely fatal. Only 14% of these attacks cause death. A local who runs a touring business in the area says a shortage of berries in late spring may have caused bears to view humans as easy targets. The return of an artifact taken from Canada marks a significant moment in global efforts in museum repatriation. Nearly a century ago, a totem pole was stolen from British Columbia's Nass Valley and taken thousands of miles away to a Scottish museum. Now, this precious artifact has finally returned back to its indigenous community, the Nisga'a Nation. This totem pole was originally commissioned by a Native woman to honor her warrior son in 1855. A Canadian ethnographer was paid by the National Museum of Scotland in the late 1920s to simply take away the pole. The memorial pole has been welcomed back with great joy as hundreds of Indigenous people commemorate its return. A descendant of the pole's commissioner says she feels deep attachment to the stolen pole. She says the return symbolizes more than just the reinstallation of an artifact. She says it is a step towards reconciliation and the restoration of the culture of the tribe. Experts say the return can set a precedent for the return of other artifacts around the world. Various communities and countries are increasingly demanding the return of objects taken without their consent. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad.